We want to continue on with our breaking news that we are following for you. Just coming down within the last 5 minutes or so. I'm your host, Mike Pace. We'll be with you for the next several hours. We are breaking former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted on 2 counts. This is what we are learning right now. Associated Press was putting this out earlier. Fox News as well. The former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted on charges of making a false statement and obstruction, AP sources are reporting. I want to give you a live look right now as well. This is at the Eastern District of Virginia Courthouse in Virginia. We see reporters coming out right now after the indictment just dropped from the grand jury. So we want to just give you the latest here of what we are learning from Fox News on this breaker. Former FBI Director James Comey was indicted by a grand jury on alleged false statement and obstruction of justice charges. Fox News Digital exclusively reported back in July that Comey was under criminal investigation by the FBI. The probe into Comey centered on whether he lied to Congress during his September 30th, 2020 testimony about his handling of the original Trump-Russia probe at the FBI, known inside the Bureau as Crossfire Hurricane. Fox News Digital also exclusively reported that former CIA Director John Brennan is under criminal investigation related to the Trump-Russia investigation. Under federal law, prosecutors have 5 years to bring a charge, with the 5-year mark occurring this Tuesday. So a grand jury had to come together here, and they had up until Tuesday to get this indictment. The case is being handled by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia. Former Special Counsel Robert Mueller was appointed to take over the FBI's original Crossfire Hurricane investigation. After nearly 2 years, Mueller's investigation, which concluded in March of 2019, yielded no evidence of criminal conspiracy or coordination between the Trump campaign and Russian officials during the 2016 presidential election. Shortly after, John Durham was appointed as special counsel to investigate the origins of the Crossfire Hurricane investigation. Durham found that the FBI failed to act on a clear warning sign that the Bureau was the target of a Clinton-led effort to manipulate or influence the law enforcement process for political purposes ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Indeed, had the FBI opened the Crossfire Hurricane investigation as an assessment and in turn gathered and analyzed data in concert with the information from the Clinton plan intelligence, it is likely that the information received would have been examined at a minimum with a more critical eye, the report continued to say. Durham, in his report, said the FBI failed to act on what should have been when combined with other facts, a clear warning sign that the FBI might then be the target of an effort to manipulate or influence the law enforcement process for political purposes during the 2016 presidential election. All right, we are also getting an update and posting on X from the FBI Director Kash Patel saying today, your FBI took another step in its promise of full accountability. For far too long, previous corrupt leadership and their enablers weaponized federal law enforcement, damaging once proud institutions and severely eroding public trust. Every day, we continue the fight to earn that trust back. And under my leadership, this FBI will confront the problem head on. Nowhere was this politicization of law enforcement more blatant than during the Russiagate hoax, a disgraceful chapter in history we continue to investigate and expose. Everyone, especially those in positions of power, will be held to account no matter their perch. No one is above the law. We are also getting a statement from Attorney General Pamela Bondi saying no one is above the law. Today's indictment reflects this Department of Justice's commitment to holding those who abuse positions of power accountable for misleading the American people. We will follow the facts in this case. And now Dan Bongino as well putting a statement on X saying, when Director Patel and I took on our leadership positions in the FBI, we promised the American people accountability. Promises matter. So again, this was coming up to 5 years, and that would have been the marker which they needed to get an indictment before the 5-year turn, which is happening on Tuesday. The indictment has come down with 2 charges against the former FBI Director James Comey. And again, we are continuing to follow always the very latest here on LiveNOW from Fox. As we just learned, in the coming days, Donald Trump's handpicked U.S. attorney in Virginia was planning to ask a grand jury to indict former FBI Director James Comey for allegedly lying to Congress, despite prosecutors and investigators determining there was insufficient evidence to charge him. Sources with direct knowledge of this investigation have told media sources. Earlier this week, prosecutors presented Lindsay Halligan, Trump's former personal attorney, whom he appointed back to lead the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia, with a detailed memo recommending that she decline to bring perjury and obstruction charges against Comey. Also, the sources familiar with this memo have told media members. A month-long investigation into Comey by DOJ prosecutors failed to establish probable cause of a crime, meaning that not only would they be unable to secure a conviction of Comey by proving the claims beyond a reasonable doubt, but that they couldn't reach a significantly lower standard to secure an indictment, the sources said there. But now we are learning that the grand jury has come back with a 2-count indictment against the former FBI Director James Comey. And again, we will be following this here news throughout the evening. Once we get more statements, maybe there will be one from President Trump on his Truth Social. We'll continue to look at that throughout the evening, and we will pass it along to you as we get new information here. But a live look here at the White House. We'll continue to follow the top stories, headlines, and breaking news as it happens, all right here on LiveNOW from Fox. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we will be back with much more in just moments on LiveNOW.